But this is incredible. I mean, we just took the best part of a video, right, in around 15 minutes, and we created epic motion graphics.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to be the guy that's left behind. I want to be the guy that's making the change and spearheading it.
So we had to create this whole mechanism right here where we put our videos right here, you can see. So that's a video, it goes to an editor, he kind of removes the ums and ahs and whatever, and then I review it right here for approval, and once I approve it, it goes here, and then it gets sent to this side right here, where it basically goes through an automation where it starts to cut these clips. I'll show you. Okay. It's a complicated automation. Nonetheless, it was really effective for what it was at the time. Anyway, this is it, this one right here. So it goes directly to this page. If we had something right now, I would have showed you, but it basically looks like this. You can see it gets scheduled. It actually gets scheduled by another agent, but it drops down here. You can see there's a video, and this is the text, the caption, basically. So it's kind of the same mechanism. Also opens a file for it, right? And you can see here, basically here's the caption text. Now, so it basically goes through this automation right here, and I can basically choose how many number of clips, let's say from a half an hour content, long form. Basically how I choose how many clips do I want, what's the format, is it vertical or horizontal, how many minutes is each clip, and then it runs through the automation, this one, right? And here it starts to do its magic where it kind of cuts them into smaller pieces. Depending on this agent right here, it starts to see from that SRT file, basically which minute, what did I say what within that video. And then from there, it produces clips. You can see here, integrated this bad boy right here, which is part of Claude code, right? Now, so whatever I approve here, right, approved or approved for scheduling, it directly goes over here on this list right here, and we can check the captions and everything. We add a CTA, part of the captions, and when I approve it, it goes here ready for publishing. And then whatever gets scheduled automatically gets posted on the specific platform, right? Actually, with this bad boy right here, basically I started a couple of days ago training it on basically how does Evo, my company, produce content, right? How do I produce content usually? And I gave it access to a folder, and I gave it a video. So this video is part of the training that I did.
What,
as you can see, it's a 9-minute video, right? Part of it is people talking to me. You can see here.
For this disruption. So,
right? So some people are talking to me. There's not really take from this video at times.
Right.
So instead of having an editor that used to cut through all of this stuff, right, things that are not usable, I spoke to the agent right here, and you can see our conversation. Right. So let me tell you what I usually do. I usually take videos in my training sessions. My video editor cuts off the fluff, right, from the long form content, and we use the long form content for YouTube, and then from that we produce shorter form content, right? So it understood everything. I told it, give me a plan, study that video, and it told me basically it's a 9-minute video. These are the dimensions of it. It's 1.6 GB, and then it gave me a clip, as you can see. Anyway, it gave me a clip. It's no longer there. I checked it out, and then I gave it some feedback. I said, you know, I need you to take a part of that video that you think is interesting as a hook in the beginning, and go ahead and add it in the beginning. And then I gave it feedback again. I said, you know, the places where people are talking is not that valuable. And it gave me a couple of parts of it. So basically back and forth.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to be the guy that's left behind. I want to be the guy that's making the change and spearheading it.
It gave me a 1 minute and 51 second video. You can see right here.
Pioneering it.
It even optimized its volume, right? Because it said this is the best one actually when you're uploading it to any social platform.
Listen, the way I see it is that, as you said, there's where we are and where we want to be, and there's a gap. And
so you can see in the beginning of the original video, I said, so what are you going to do in order to prepare for this disruption? And here it shows something completely different.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to be the guy that's left behind. I want to be the guy that's making the change and spearheading it, pioneering.
That's actually something that I said inside or in the middle of the training somewhere, right? So I looked at it, I liked it, and I said, okay, I need you to create some motion graphics right here. And I said, well, all right, here's a link to my website. Study the website. I gave it a couple of snapshots, and it took the font, it took the colors, it studied all the branding there, and I said, please use that and create something. And you can see a little bit of back and forth here and there until in the end I give it my our company logo and everything, and then at the end gave me a final product. Well, let me show you. So here's the final product.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to be the guy that's left behind. I want to be the guy that's making the change and spearheading it, pioneering it. Listen, the way I see it is that, as you said, there's where we are and where we want to be, and there's a gap, and this gap is actually training and education and learning. So what is the path of learning that you need to take yourself on, right? Because if you wait for your company to invest in you, I don't think the CEO is sleeping or not sleeping, saying, oh my God, they're not trained on AI. Oh my God, they're not losing sleep. They have their responsibilities, they have their things.
Okay, so basically I gave it some feedback. I said, in these positions, when I said 1, 2, 3, highlight it, use some motion graphics. I wasn't too specific about it. So it gave me a first draft. Some things I said, you know what, you can change a couple of things here and there, or wait till I say the word and then you can mention it or create the graphics when I say it. Anyway, this is really interesting. This is amazing because what used to take, probably a day or two between you conversing with your editor back and forth, right? Probably takes, half an hour of you just through speech basically saying what your feedback is, and it understands it, changes it, and everything. So it's incredible. And then the motion graphics for you to actually, that's a separate person maybe, or I'm not sure if it needs a separate person or your editor, but you would have to really be specific and try to understand and try to explain to them what is the branding that you have, and they're not going to capture it. Whereas here, I'll show you when it went through. When I said to it, go through the website, right? It went through the website and it created a file where it integrated all of this. So it's never going to forget this stuff, basically. And then I said to it at the end, this way of video editing, I need you, because it's learning from you, it's not going to get it right from the first time. I need you to basically remember it, put it in a file somewhere, that from now on, this is how you produce YouTube content, right? Long form content. Now, if it's a course, I can tell it later, this is how we design a course. You need to give more breathing room for the speaker, which is me basically, when I'm explaining something. So, whereas if it's a video, just choose what's the highlights, the best things about it, and capture the hook and all of that stuff. From that video, the original video, not the one with the motion graphics, I want to create a 1 minute video that we can use on YouTube Shorts, right? I need you to choose what is the best 1 minute from this video. Again, you can choose it from separate parts or from one continuous part, but really something that's the gold of this video, right? So again, I don't want it to work directly, so I'll just say plan mode. So I use plan mode to basically allow Claude Code to come up with a plan, show me what it has in mind first, and then when I give it an approval, it can start to execute. So it's thinking, Again, you got to give it a little bit of time because it's basically going through a whole ass video and then choosing what is the best part of that video. Again, a video edit, I don't know if you guys have done video editing, but I hate video editing. It gives me anxiety. But to actually go through a video and sift through it and see which is the best part. So I basically gave it time to a couple of editors that we work with. I said, I don't want to deal with this stuff, you deal with it. And even they tell me this is tedious, right? Some of them, they enjoy more of the graphics and stuff like that more than listening to the content of it. Anyway, we got an answer. It's been a minute and 40 seconds. So it's reading the transcript, as you can see, and extracting the best 60 seconds. It's incredible. I mean, guys, the pleasure of using AI is that shit that used to take you hours, right, now takes minutes, right, or hours, or even if it takes half an hour. If it took you 2 hours, then now you've shortened it to 30 minutes. That's amazing. Or basically to 15 minutes. That's incredible. That's the amazing speed of AI. Okay, go for it. So I've set it that it has to ask for my allowance to do everything, basically because you don't want it to go rogue on you. So starting to build a plan. Okay, so I'm going to open it.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to be the guy that's left behind. I want to be the guy that's making the change and spearheading it, pioneering it. Listen, the way I see it is that, as you said, there's where we are and where we want to be, and there's a gap. And this gap is actually training and education and learning. So what is the path of learning that you need to take yourself on, right? Because if you wait for your company to invest in you.
So basically from that 1 minute and 55-second video, it extracted that valuable 55-second clip. Now I could say, all right, looks good. How can we add motion graphics to it so that it looks compelling to watch? Okay, should we put half of it, you know, where half of that clip, there's me and then there's text and motion graphics happening at the same time? What do you propose? Again, I'm gonna ask it for a plan. All right, so good idea. Option 1, half and half. Your suggestions recommended. Modern, short, standard, speaker always. So let's go with plan A, please. I didn't say plan, I said pound. Plan A, por favore. Okay, plan A, please. Anyway, I don't want to dive too much into the nitty-gritty things of, because I could go. I'm a perfectionist, so I'll go into this stuff for hours. Basically, CEO, blah blah blah, at minute, blah blah blah. I want you to change that. But so many times I just don't want to think anymore. I just say, you know, you choose what is best. And most of the time it comes out with something that I'm looking for. And if it's not something, I give it feedback, and then I tell it, you know, put it in your memory, because every AI has a memory, has a brain. It's like a human being, right? You have your brain, it thinks. You also have your memory to kind of give context to what's happening. And you got skills, and the skills are things that you, as files that you use for the AI to perform certain jobs. Okay, let's see. First step, re-render. So basically, it's going to create this, and it gives you a draft. You check it out, and then when you like it, it renders the file, the video, so that it becomes solidified. I'll show you. It's pretty cool, actually. Okay, so it's building it. As you can see, it's still thinking. Okay, so now it's going to take more information from you. I was on brand chip at the very bottom of the frame. What handle CTA should it show? Website recommended. Recommended, yeah, let's go for that. Okay, should the first version include always on word level captions in the lower brand, or skip captions for V1 and decide later? Skip captions. That's what I love about Claude, is that if it needs more information, it starts to ask questions so that the output is closer to what you want. Oh, and by the way, the AI can basically see exactly where your face is. That's how it's smart at basically cropping you out, because it can study where your face is and then remove the parts that have nothing to do with your face, or in that case, my pretty face. So yeah, you can see here, hook, this is the graphic, and where basically it's going to put it in which file after that. Okay, so let me revise basically. Now that's the nice part here, is that you can actually put your comments here. So I'm gonna put my comment. Just to be clear on the layout, when you're basically putting my speaker square, are you putting the original horizontal file, or are you putting the cropped video that you created previously, and you're just putting a part of it where it shows my face, so that I understand how it works. So it's diving more deep. Okay, I'm proposing re-rendering the original when I reuse. So basically, it's explaining to me how it's going to use it. Okay, so it's going to crop basically my face versus what I'd avoid. Okay, so fresh crop from the white source. That's what the plan is doing. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Go ahead. So when I say go ahead, I accept. And now it begins. It's token intensive. That's why we're using Opus 4.7. And here we go. Gave me the file path, resolution, duration, all of that good stuff. So we'll take that, copy it, and then put in a file path. Right. There you go. Well,
I don't know about you, but I don't want to be the guy that's left behind. I want to be the guy that's making the change and spearheading it, pioneering it. Listen, the way I see it is that, as you said, there's where we are and where we want to be, and there's a gap, and this gap is actually training and education and learning. So what is the path of learning that you need to take yourself on, right? Because if you wait for your company to invest in you...
I love it. I love it. I don't know about you guys, but if you're not excited, you better turn this video off. Right, but anyway, if I do actually like it, right, when I do actually like it and the font is great, blah, blah, blah. It's not perfect, by the way. I'm going to give it feedback later on a couple of things. I could just say, hey, listen, from now on, shorts will be this way. And that's how it's going to be. And it knows that whenever it needs to create shorts, it just needs to go to that file as a skill and just take the notes and then produce the next video like this. And odds are it will be consistent. It will be consistent every time. Anyway, guys, just wanted to give you a small glimpse of what's possible, what I'm working on, and what we've been setting up for our clients in terms of AI capabilities. It's incredible. Now, so that video is ready to publish. We have another agent where when we put the file in there, it just takes the file, puts it here, as you can see, as one of these example, puts it here, puts a transcript of that video, and then I can just put an action. I'll show you, like right here. I can just do an action, create Instagram caption, let's say, right, or YouTube short caption or TikTok caption, and it takes that transcript and creates it exactly in the same tone that we use, and then I approve it, and it gets dropped right here, and then a scheduled agent goes and sifts through this. So tomorrow my agent, my social media publishing agent, will find out that this needs to be published. It will go through a specific criteria. I'll show you an example. Right? So here we've shown the agent, the scheduling social media agent, which day, what platform, and then it knows from here, this guy over here, that, oh, if it's Instagram, if we got a couple of posts that are publishing, then yes, okay, so the next one will be whatever it is that we've given it as feedback. anyway, that's just a glimpse, right? So anyway, that's just a glimpse of what's happening right now in the realm of video editing. If you want more content when it comes to AI capabilities, join my community, SuperHuman X on School Community, and there's a ton of content there.